Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market. I'm going to TradFi markets, guys, and let you know what I think is going on here. And it all lines up now. Bitcoin. Now we got this extra little bit of data in the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the other traditional financial markets. So why am I going over this? Because this is important, guys. If these bad boys are going to drop like a rock, well, you guess what? Bitcoin's going to have a hard time going up. And there's a lot of debate out there in crypto Twitter about it's all supposed to go down. It was so funny today watching some guys on Twitter going, I don't understand it. How could it be going up with all the negative stuff that's going on? You have to develop the skill, being able to read markets. That's my skill, guys. Read markets. You have to be able to read between the lines. Don't believe the media. They're still pushing the banking crisis, guys. They're trying to throw everything at this. And what is it doing? It's still going up. That same guy that said that should have had the wherewithal and taken that as a bullish signal going on the negative news, but it's still going up. Maybe it is bullish. So that's the difference between people that pay attention to the media and don't look at the technicals. And you have to go a little bit deeper into the technicals too, not just look at the S&P 500 chart itself. If you want to get really technical, you dig in all 500 stocks in the S&P 500. Can be done. Use software to do it, guys. So here's the deal with it, with the S&P 500, okay? It went up into a diagonal. Wave one came down to this wave two, in my opinion, and it's in the process of a wave three. Where is it going to end up? Don't know yet. You'll have to try and see. 1.618 is a common linear, not logarithmic, on S&P 500. Put it on linear, guys. Cryptos is logarithmic. And see where this is going to end up. It doesn't have to always hit 1.618. Sometimes it falls short. But here's a wave 1, 2. It's probably in the process of wave 3, like so. Okay, in my opinion. Down for a wave 4. And maybe up for a 5 or something like that. Potentially, guys. I know the bear's going to say this is ABC and this is 1, 2, and it's going to crash. Don't think so, guys. This is where they got confused. I'm going to show you this pattern right here. I'm going to take that off, clean it up for you. Is right here, guys. This is what it was. If you take a fib target from here to here to here to here, it's 1 to 1. Boom. Okay. So what I think it did is 3-wave move, a 3-wave move, and then a 3-wave move, and it made a massive flat. Not only did it make a flat, a WXY can be a flat type move too, guys. So you don't have to have 3, 3, and then a 5. If you want to get 5 out of that, you possibly could. I think it's a 3-wave move because it's nice 1 to 1. So I think I'm labeling it as a WXY. If you want to label it ABC, hey, by all means, go ahead. But we know that's not an impulse move. So the good news about this, in my opinion, is it's a running flat. So it stopped short of this over here. It didn't go even with it to make a nice flat. It made a running type flat, which is bullish, which would explain this. And this could probably get real bullish. This could actually be a third wave because over here you have a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, back over here for 2, and this long, drawn out, confusing flat. Okay. And now it's into the wave 3, back up here, wave 1. So if you think about this too, this makes more sense with Bitcoin, guys. So the S&P went up in wave 1. It's been in the process over here to make a wave 2. And now the S&P 500 is in the wave 1 of its 3, potentially. Which if you go to Bitcoin, what have I said about Bitcoin? Here's Bitcoin. Let me go to a daily chart on Bitcoin, guys, for you. Put it on log. Get a better look at Bitcoin because it moves so far. You need to use logarithmic 1, 2. And Bitcoin's in a 1 and a second wave correction too, guys. Now, here's the other thing is too, I'll let you know. This area right here on Bitcoin, in my opinion, this went up into an impulsive move. You can see, let me go to a 2-hour chart. You can see your divergence right there on the RSI, your 2-hour, your 5 wave, and the potential 3. Bitcoin could be making these moves in here, guys, where it's just kind of go up into a wave and it's going to correct it. It might go up into a wave and then it might correct it. And it might not break those lows. That'll be a really good clue that it doesn't break those lows of the 26,700 right there, guys. Okay. This is going to be kind of what I'm going to be watching out for. I think it's possibly going to do something like this. And then here in the RSI, let me go out to like a 12-hour RSI type deal. Here is that it might come up and then it can drag it down a little bit more, just like this. One last dip in that RSI down in these areas, and then it'll be getting off in that next wave, guys. Okay. You know, not necessarily the deeper, the better, because it's going to be a third wave. So it doesn't need to get all the way down there and up or something like that. I already did it right here. It just needs to get down a little bit more, in my opinion. And then Bitcoin could do that really, really nice move out of there, guys. And it might take it a week or 2 weeks. Who knows how long it's going to take. Might do it tomorrow, but up and then back down. So here might bring that back down. It could go back up again, right? Just like that, and drag this back down like that, guys. And then you have something like this. But on this wave, it could drag it down even more. So I'm going to show you something what I'm talking about right here, guys. If you come over here to the January, where am I? I'm lost right now. Not January, 2018 bear market. You see, I was looking something like this, guys. So here's it went up in a wave, it corrected back down, and here's your wave off the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Here's your wave off the bottom. Here's your wave 1, 2. Here's your wave 1, 2 of the third wave. But you see what it did? It was down here and boom, boom, boom. And you can see in the RS, boom, boom, it went up and dragged it way back down here again. And it was able to launch out of there. Right there again, it did it again. Or you could use this as an example, you know, went up, like dragged this back down. It went down a little bit right here. It went up, but it didn't really go up here, dragged it back down. It went up right here and dragged it back down in the RSI. So that's what I'm kind of paying attention to over here with Bitcoin, guys, on this section of the chart in that area. I don't think we're going to get this dump that everybody's talking about. Okay. I just don't see it happening. Like in this area right here. Let me clear that up a little bit. Clean that up. Okay. Right in that area. I think it's going to stay in this area, guys. And if it stays above that 26, like 500 or something like that, just kind of goes up or boom, boom. Now, I'm not saying it could come back down to here, which would be fine, but then you just have a wave 1 and this whole thing would be the 2. You want to see if it's going to make these moves. Like it's kind of like what it's doing right now. Up in one, boom. Up in another one, and boom, like that. Okay. And that could be a really, really bullish signal. Now, the other thing is too, I want to give you some stuff here on the S&P to show you that I'm not crazy with what's going on here with the S&P. If you take a look at the S&P 500 here, right, guys? So you got a 3-wave move, your 3-wave move, and then your 3-wave move back down for its correction into this area, which makes sense that it came back down here, boom, and took everything out like that. Okay, but it's higher, making hidden. This would be your hidden bullish divergence, okay, to blast that back up. And it's probably going into this first or the third wave. Take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial. Makes complete sense now of what it did. So the same spot, it did the flat and went up at 2 or 3 waves, but it just corrected down even deeper right here like that. You see the same correction as the S&P, 3, 3, 3, WXY, and then it's out of there. I think that was the bottom right there at 31,400 more or less for the Dow Jones Industrial, guys. On that second wave correction, take a look at the daily chart. It went up in the wave. You got your bearish divergence, and here's your correction all the way back down here, and then it's out of there. That's a strong wave, guys. That's undeniable. I know the bears are going to say it's A, B, C, and this is 1, 2, and it's going down like that. That's a very, very poor argument, guys, right now. That's a very, very poor argument, okay? That's a bias, guys. If it was bearish, I would tell you if I thought it was bearish. It doesn't look bearish to me, guys. It just doesn't. You know, I don't know other way to put it. It just doesn't. Now, for the NASDAQ, I think the NASDAQ is going to go up and break these highs. It's just in a different pattern. and it just made a leading diagonal, went boom, 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 and it's going to go out of there. The reason I say that, if you take a look at the NDQ, it went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It probably has more of a thrust. And the NASDAQ is probably going to start correcting earlier, just because I think you have Facebook. It looks like it's a topping pattern. NVIDIA is in a topping pattern. I'd have to look at Tesla and look at some of those other top stocks, Microsoft, et cetera. They look like they're in a topping pattern for it to do a correction. But if this is a leading diagonal, which it very well could be, or type of diagonal type move, don't know yet. Just making a little wild guess at the time. It's going to correct probably back down to these areas, 11.8, and it can go correct all the way back down there, the 2 guys. But I don't suspect it's going to. But the good news is for this asset, or this class of assets, you could say it's up into the wave and it's going to correct back down into a correction right here, and boom, it's going into potentially a third wave, which makes sense once again with Bitcoin, guys, and also makes sense here with GBTC. You take a look at GBTC, bottom right here, up in a wave 1, 2, and then it's looking like with the pattern in here, this is a 1, 2, and right up here is your 3. Let me grab that. That's your 3. This is probably your 4, and it's probably going to come up for a little 5, just like so. And that's 1, 2, 1, 2 to get into the 3 of the 3, guys. So the reason why that's a 1, 2, you look on the daily chart, this cannot be a third wave. The RSI over here needs to take that peak out to become the third wave. And it's probably going to come up like so. You know, here's your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to probably get a nice deep correction for the correction that'll be up here. Just like so. Get something like that. And then this wave right here will be able to do the moonshot and take that out. And that'll be your third wave. Your 3 of your 3, guys. And looking at the overall picture, take a look at this, putting this all together. Hope you guys are following me. I'm not confusing you. I'm putting this in the simplest terms as possible, making it as simple as possible to give you guys data to make a really, really good informed decision based on the data that I'm presenting, to explain to you why Bitcoin is probably very bullish, guys. But when Bitcoin's bullish, it's very bullish. So it's very, very bullish, guys. And with this wave pattern here, these are target boxes. And if that is 1, 2, 1, 2, you got to have a third wave thrust pretty high up there on GBTC, guys. You could take a look at the fib targets, what it did previously. If you want to say this is wave 1 altogether right there, that was a 2. You know, you can see 1.618 is where it peaked out. It looks like the third wave hit 1.27 or 1.38. If that's it. Not sure if that's it. It could be this too. Let's check that. Okay, 1.618. So you can get your fib target. So GBTC, based off those waves right here, should be ending up somewhere in this area, guys. And this is where Bitcoin peaked. That's where it was when Bitcoin was at its all-time high. And this is on trajectory, in my opinion. As long as it's not a bounce, and it doesn't look like it's going to be, it's up here. That means Bitcoin is going to be up there, on the Bitcoin chart. So let me go back over to Bitcoin, and I will show you guys right here on the Bitcoin chart, on the weekly chart here. Bitcoin, in my opinion, set up for 1, 2, 1, 2 in this area, is set up to go up to the box. Same general area as GBTC. You can see how I put that together. Just because the size of this wave, previous video, how big that is compared to this one, that's a lot smaller, guys. And that thing, boom, went up like that. And this is a lot bigger. I'd say it's probably, just taking a look at that wave size difference, guys, is comparing it this right there. That's a 1, 2 compared to this 1, 2. Twice as big is how I look at it, guys. So the targets are going to be different. That's how you get your targets. You find your first wave, and then you get the bottom of the second wave with your Fibonacci, and then you go look at 1.618 is a third wave target. And that's right here, guys, at 44,000. 2.618 is right there, $72,000, guys. And and that means too, I'll go over more detail tomorrow on a video about the coming altcoin season. And I think that's going to be happening. A lot of altcoins too are in the fifth wave. So here's the thing is I wanted to show you guys something too, to put this together, paint a picture for you a little bit too. Putting the S&P 500 in the pattern recognition that I have going on here, right? So you go to S&P 500, right? And we have a on a daily chart on that WXY move, guys. Okay. It makes all the more sense to me because of this right here, the sideways deal and the long drawn out flat pattern. What are flats made to do? Flats are made to take up time, bore you out of the market, and confuse you too. Good example of that is I show examples of how this can happen not quite often. Second wave flats, I hear, oh, they're actually not that common. Veracity did it right there. Let me take a look. Hold on for a second. Let me go to a weekly chart. I'll show you on a weekly chart with Veracity right there, guys. Veracity went up into a wave 3, 3, 5 for 6 months, and then went up to a wave and boom, it was out of there, guys. So Veracity, and going back to the S&P, it makes sense too if you think about it. Going back to the Ethereum chart. Let me see my Ethereum chart right here. It makes all the more sense. We have all this right here, guys, on Ethereum. And it makes more sense why you have all of this same area on Binance Coin. What did Binance Coin do? 3, 3, 3, a flat. The same move as the S&P 500, and now it's working on its way getting out there, just like the S&P 500. So if that's going up, Binance Coin's getting ready to go up. Binance Coin's getting ready to go up. Ethereum's getting ready to go up. Ethereum's getting ready to go up. Bitcoin's getting ready to go up. Not one of them. Binance Coin's not going up by itself. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.